Hey guys, this is Kamikan, and I wanted to describe a bit of an important point about storytelling that I think is important to maybe some first-time storytellers, people who are trying to make comics or manga for the first time and feel stuck at the research phase. Because a lot of stories that I read, especially American comics, they seem to be bogged down by the research that they do, that they put into the work, and I feel like a lot of writers think that the research that they do will have significance to the readers. Like the factoids that they learned in, let's say, symbolism, Christian symbolism, or Buddhist symbolism, or whatever type of symbolism that they think is deep because they researched it and put it into their story. I think that they feel that that will be important to the reader as well, and that is mistaken, at least in my opinion, because when I'm writing a story, I am 100% focused on trying to create interest on the surface level as fast as humanly possible, meaning I want to grab the reader with the story on the surface level. Like, it should make you excited instantly, and then any symbolism or depth that you could read into it is like secondary to me. I feel like when stories get bogged down in symbolism that I just couldn't be bothered to like understand or look up, then it becomes more of like, can you guess all the ways that I made this stuff significant? And if you can't, it's like you lose some enjoyment of the story in some way. And I just don't think that is important to the reading of the story, because there are stories that have a lot of depth and symbolism in them that are just super boring to read because the creator or the author just didn't consider entertainment factor before they put in all this symbolism and stuff. So that's just what I consider when I'm making comics, is like, consider the entertainment first, and then you can worry about all the symbolism that you want to throw in afterward, because that stuff is fine as a side thing if your story doesn't hinge on it. Like, you don't want to make your story hinge on the deep symbolism that you're putting into it. Otherwise, if people don't get what you're trying to say, like if they don't understand the symbol that you're putting into it, then you lose people on that front. You lose understanding from readers, and you want to make it as understandable as possible on the surface level so that people can enjoy your story more. And that's just how I approach the writing of my latest webcomic, Saintly. It is a demon chase horror action comedy about two best friends who have to outrun the demon loan sharks that they borrowed from. Basically, it's like Scooby-Doo meets K-pop demon hunters without the K-pop. And the story backs the main character into a corner where she has to decide between the hard path to success or lose her soul to the lure of easy money. And we get to see the ramifications of her choice, and if she can hide this deal with the devil from her friend, or if it will tear them apart. And I hope you read my comic in the description and check out the story. It should appear in your email inbox or your spam folder if you don't see it. And that's how I think that the story or the manga or the anime of Evangelion was approached, where they just cared about story first and foremost, and they let the symbolism, this is confirmed by Hideaki Anno, he cared about the symbolism second. The anime is engaging on its own, super engaging on its own, and he cared about the symbolism secondary. And even though he put that secondary, people are still digging deep trying to figure out everything that he used in the story and why, and what connections it has to the Bible and that kind of stuff, when really he was just throwing it in because it looked cool. And I think a lot of comic writers make the mistake of making the symbolism more important than the entertainment value of the story. It might have some hidden depth, but if the story is boring, then people won't really bother to decipher your symbols. So that's just a tip for up and coming writers. Focus on the story's entertainment value before you try to make things interesting in the symbols. And then once people are entertained, they'll be more inclined to dig deeper into the symbolism that you use for your story. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.